Well, March Madness starts tomorrow, and millions of Americans are putting the finishing touches on their brackets. The four of us all filled one out, and it's time to compare. So, Jonathan, you're our guest. You get to go first.
Oh, I got to go first, huh?
Yes.
The pressure on the sports guy. This is why I don't like these, because everybody expects
to win.
Right, and I never, ever do. So, I mean, I put some thought into this. Let's just skip straight to the Final Four, because that's what everybody cares about. I've got Arizona and Purdue, and then Houston and Gonzaga in the Final Four, and I've got Houston over Purdue for the national championship. Houston's a team that we saw a lot. They're the American. They played TU a couple times this year. They've been the #1 team in the country a couple times this season, so has Purdue. I think they're a physical team. They shoot the ball really well, and I think that's enough for them to knock off Purdue and go the distance. It's going to be good.
Two #1 seeds.
Two #1 seeds. Really going out on a limb there.
Well, that's good, though.
Yeah.
That's good. All right, Tatum, you're up next.
Okay, here are my picks. In the Final Four, I have Alabama versus Marquette and Houston versus Kansas. I think Alabama and Houston will move on to the championship.
Okay.
I think Houston will take it.
See?
Like you said,
Thank
Houston,
you. Yeah.
they are the most consistent team in college basketball right now.
Okay.
Yes, and have been all season and
Hey, wait a minute.
over
It's
the
March
past
Madness.
6 seasons.
It's March Madness, though.
Yeah.
It is. It is March Madness.
Okay.
That's true. That's why I put Kansas in the Final Four. But you see,
Because they always end up there one way or the other.
They always end up there one way or the other. Alabama also tore through the SEC, but it's not their year.
I want you to analyze Marquette, please, of why you have them as a Final
That's a
Four.
bold pick.
Okay, so I have Marquette in there. They've also been a very good team.
Do you know where Marquette is? I'm kidding. I'm just putting you on
me
the
on the
spot.
spot.
It doesn't matter.
Me on the
Doesn't
spot.
matter where
Give
they
me a
are.
second.
Is that
Give me a
Illinois?
second.
They're number 2 seed.
Where's Marquette?
Milwaukee.
Do you
It was
know?
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. Well, I like your picks. Those are good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Those are.
All right, Travis.
Well, I went safe on this, but I'm not going to tell anybody that I graduated with from Jayhawksville that I'm doing this. I've got Alabama, Purdue, Houston, and UCLA making it to the Final Four. Now I have Houston beating Purdue.
So we're 3 for 3 with the Cougars so far this year.
This is
kind of scary right now.
Yeah, I know. This is almost guaranteeing this is not going to happen.
No, this is not going to happen for sure.
But you did get different with the Purdue and UCLA, and so that's good.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, sir.
So I did not pick Houston to win it all. This is my bracket, and it's going to make some people question it a little bit. Look at this.
Homer.
I know.
Whoa.
That's not a homer. Trust me. I'm going to explain
Whoa,
it.
okay.
I'm going to explain it. So.
A 7 seed.
Yes, I have Missouri versus Purdue in one side, and then I got Kansas versus Houston on the other. I will preface this. I am a Kansas graduate. I think that KU is going to repeat as champions. They were the national champions last year. They always find a way to get there. I think that they have a really good, talented team. And then I know everyone's, questioning this. I have Missouri in there. It's going to be a rematch, one of the best rivalries in sports, the Border Showdown. Missouri, Dennis Gates is one of the best coaches in the country. I've watched a lot of Missouri's games this year. Great three-point shooting team. Almost beat Alabama the other day. And, if they get hot, they just don't have a lot of big men.
I mean, Purdue has potentially the National Player of the Year.
I know.
And Edey, Zach Edey. So
I understand that.
He's 7 feet tall.
But if you go back and look at stats, back-to-back wins don't happen often.
No, I know.
No,
against
not
the
at all.
same team.
Very rare.
With Florida, I think the last one. I think Florida was the last time
for
team to
Kansas,
repeat as repeat as national champions.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be completely wrong on that, and I'll own
Hey,
it.
but you never know.
But
It is
you
March
never know.
Madness after all.
It is.
So here, one thing I thought was interesting, we talked to Paul Mills the other day before ORU left, and he talked about all season, he wants his guys to have a game for March, is what he said it all season long, a game for March. So I finally asked him, what does that mean, a game for March? And there are 5 kind of tenets, ball security and shot selection, but it really kind of comes down to shot selection, and the stats that he looks at are you want to shoot 33% from 3, you want to shoot 50% from 2, and you want to keep your opponent under those numbers. And so, I mean, you look at Houston, they shoot almost 35% from 3. They're 46% from the field overall, which means they're well above 50% from 2. That was my thinking as to why I think Houston is a good pick.
And they beat ORU by like 40 this year, right?
Well, they did as the number 3 team in the country at that point in time. Yeah, and I mean they've been in the top 5 all season. They've been the #1 team a couple years. But
and then the counter side of that is that they haven't played anybody.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
That is the question. That is the question when you have a team out of a group of 6 conference, or group of 5 conference instead of one of the big power conferences. Who have they played? You know, what was their non-conference schedule like? Is kind of the question. But I think anybody that's watched Houston play this year, there's not much of a question that they have the firepower to beat anybody they play. I mean, okay. So here's the real question: how far do we have ORU going?
That's right. I was going to say, I took ORU at least to the.
I got them back in the Sweet 16.
Yeah, I think I got them into the
I think they
Sweet
beat
16.
Duke. Louisiana, Tennessee is the other matchup in that
Yeah,
quad.
I have them beating Tennessee.
I have them beating Louisiana.
I have them losing to Memphis.
Okay, all right, yeah.
I had Memphis going far.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
You know, why not?
Hey,
They just beat Houston in their
AAC championship.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Could
right.
happen.
So everyone at home, you may not be interested in college basketball at all, but just pick my picks and you'll go far.
He'll be exactly like him. Yeah.
And we also do want to mention that both of our producers are also doing this. Aaron, do I even have?
Yeah, Aaron has Kansas State beating Baylor in the Final Four, with UCLA beating Houston. He picked UCLA to win the title over Kansas State. Aaron has Kansas State going to the Final
they're a
Four.
three
Did he graduate
Big
from
12.
K-State?
Big 12?
I don't think so.
Big 12, toughest conference in the nation.
Yeah.